Michelle, we met a few times at a concert and we started talking and you told me about your life. You came all the way from Canada and now you're living here in Oost-Maarland. Can you tell me why and how?
Yes, definitely. I'm from Alberta, Canada, and I did my studies in Montreal, at the University of Montreal. So already that was quite a big move. It's, I think, 3,000 kilometers between Montreal and where I'm from in Canada. And then I finished my artist diploma and a master's degree in piano, and my husband Peter plays classical guitar, and we wanted to come over to Europe and see the classical music scene and see what it's like to live over here. And so I had a teacher in Switzerland, and I was working privately with him, and we received funding to come over. And Peter did his master's here with a really famous Italian guitar teacher at the conservatory. And we thought we would be here for 2 years and then go back. And now it's been 4.5 years and we are still here. And the reason we came to Oost-Maarland was because of actually this house. We really needed a place big enough for the piano and somewhere where the neighbors wouldn't complain that I was practicing. So in the first year we lived in an apartment in Maastricht. And whenever the girls below us didn't want me to practice, they would ring the doorbell. So that was very difficult. So we thought, you know, we need to get somewhere in the countryside. So we went 4 kilometers towards Eisden, and now we're here. And we have cows right there.
And they don't bother.
They don't mind the music, yeah.
They say it's good for animals.
Yeah, it's good for the milk. That's true. Yeah.
Well, yes. that's very good.
Yeah.
But you live now for 4 years. You live now in Europe.
Yeah.
South of Limburg. Mm-hmm. And how do you contact with your relatives in Canada? Do you see them often? Do they see you? Do they come? Do you go?
That's a good question. My sister spent here a month with me 2 years ago, and we saw almost all of Europe that we could see in a month. We did Paris and Barcelona and Greece and Amsterdam and Brussels and everything. But for me, I go home once a year, and I'm actually going home next week, so that's exciting. And otherwise, I FaceTime my parents very often, 3 or 4 times a week. And it's really easy. I mean, you just press a button and then you see their face. So we're far away, but you learn to make do with what the situation is.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And about living here in the Netherlands, what's the nicest part of it?
Well, if you walk outside, you can see the fields, and it's already so beautiful. Just the green, the hills, the cherry trees are in bloom right now. I run with the Maas runners, and we go through the St. Petersberg, or we go in the forest nearby here, and it's stunning country. It's really beautiful. And I know that this area is different than the north of the country where there's much more water, for example, or it's a different look. So already just the nature is so nice, and I've just found the people to be really open and supportive, and everyone's always enthusiastic when I say where I'm from and what I'm doing, and we've made some really wonderful friends here.
Also, your students, they come from around the neighborhood. Are they Dutch? Are they English speaking? Are they?
Yeah.
Who are your students?
I have a mix. Mostly my students have come through word of mouth. My very first student they're actually my neighbors now. They're an expat family from England. And then it just started growing. So a lot of kids from my church that I teach, and then one starts, and then the sibling starts. And so I have a lot of Dutch. I have a couple English families.
How is your Dutch?
Yeah, komt goed. No, I mean, I teach in Dutch to the kids because they don't mind that I make mistakes, and I tell them to correct me. So then I'm not embarrassed. But if I have to speak in public, I get really embarrassed, and then I kind of get shy. But I'm really working on it. So
about your music, you play beautifully on the piano. You give piano lessons. Music is a big part of your life, mm-hmm. And you also organize concerts. Can you tell me about them?
Yes. So I have a concert series. It's called Opus 16 Concerten, and I'll say it in Dutch. It's named after Rachmaninoff's musical moments. So I just felt that this is a chance where I'm giving musical moments to the public. And our vision is really to bring connection through music and to support young professionals in their careers. So people who are just finishing their studies and embarking in the real world with their profession. And yeah, the talent that we've received this year alone has been phenomenal. I mean, we just finished our weekend. We had the Eurasia Quartet from Maastricht, and I also had them 3 years ago, and they've grown so much. They're sounding amazing, and it's such a great opportunity for me to present other artists and also to bring people in that I can play with as well. So yeah, this season we've done 6 concerts, and I've played about half of them. And next season I'm hoping to play a bit more. So yeah. One of my students told me, you have to go meet the people at the museum. They're so nice. And I thought, okay, so I went over there and I met Sahar, and she said, the only piano we have is an electric piano, and it's like half size or whatever. And I'm like, oh, how are we going to fix this? So I said, you know, you can rent an upright for 30 euros a month, and I can pay for that to have my concerts here, and maybe we can make this work, because the chapel is so beautiful and gorgeous stained glass windows and everything. And I went home to Canada for the summer, and she wrote me a message, said, like, good news, we got a piano. And I thought they had a small upright or something. And I find out that they got this Yamaha grand piano in there over the summer, and I was just so excited. So just immediately we began starting our concerts in there.
Is it a big variety in artists and a big variety in music that you present there?
Yeah, I mean, it's all within the classical spectrum, but this year we've had a string quartet, we have a singer, bass baritone, Agris Hartmanis, we have classical guitar. I played with a violinist, Canadian violinist from Norway. We just had a flute duo from Amsterdam come, and they played Baroque and also on their modern instruments. So it was, I just really try and make a variety of things different. So I ask my artists to always spend time talking about their pieces, talking about what to listen for, what they appreciate about the music, because we don't want it to make it something that's foreign or something that's far away. It's really that you come in and you feel welcome, that you feel part of a community, that you sit down and you get wrapped into this environment of listening to this beautiful music.
You're busy with another project at that moment?
Yes. I work by Gemma Visser in Eisden. So I get to work with amazing singers that come to coach with her. And that way I get to hear some of the best opera stars around the region. It's really wonderful to work there. Yeah, and I get to watch her teach. I mean, she's incredible. I've learned so much just by watching her give lessons. And yeah, it's really remarkable to see her.
Sometimes there's no music. How do you spend your free time without music? Is there any?
Yes, there is. I love to take my dog out to the Beemde, actually, and we go running. I love to be outside as much as possible if I have free time. I love to go in the St. Petersberg and see, or we really love to go for coffee, Peter and I, and then we can just chat or plan and do some work, I guess. But you know what I mean, when you're an entrepreneur, there's always something going in your mind. So, but I mean, it is so nice just to get out, see the city. I love to travel. That's one of my, I guess, favorite hobbies, is to go see something new. So being so close to Paris, or I just went to London for the first time in February. And I mean, the reason we moved to Europe was to see as much as we could see. So as much as we love Oost-Maarland, we also love to get out of Oost-Maarland.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, definitely.
astonishing plans for the future?
Yeah, what's on my heart is really to just keep continuing with building the series and building up my students. I've seen so much growth in some of them this year, and just encouraging them. That's one of the things I love to do.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure.